Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's a better investment, in my personal opinion, gold or silver. Both these have been heavily debated in the stacker community, in the whole financial system. Different people will have different answers to that. And so I kind of wanted to tell you guys a little bit of my thoughts and then let you guys come up with your own conclusion of what you guys think. And these thoughts that I'm telling you, you can go and verify a lot of this stuff. It's just stuff that they don't heavily talk about when discussing precious metals. Some channels, when you're talking YouTubers, do talk about it, but in general, you're not going to hear this in mainstream media because, quite frankly, the average journalist is trained in journalist and BSing, I guess you can say, that then they're not giving really always the facts of the full story, I guess you can say. So we're going to talk about that today. If you guys enjoyed this video, it is Saturday morning, so please jumpstart my weekend with a positive note by giving me a lot of thumbs up on this video, because it really does help me. And this is a question that you guys have asked, and so I think that it's good to talk about it. And the thumbs up just really helps me out and kickstarts the weekend. Before we get started, I do want to just briefly mention, if you guys are around this evening, we are going to be going live and doing some duck races at 8 o'clock Central Time, Texas time, Central Time. And if you're interested, hop on by. We're going to be live. So with that being said, what's better investment, gold or silver? So right now, everybody is saying gold, and they're saying gold because gold has had phenomenal returns. I'm not going to lie. It just broke, Friday. It just broke, 2190? About ready to hit 2200. Probably a good chance that it will hit. Might have even hit briefly, tapped into it for a few minutes, and then came back down. However, I would be willing to bet we're going to see something next week, unless something drastic happens over the weekend and we see some huge pullback now. But with that being said, obviously people are looking at what has happened and they want to jump on the bandwagon. You know, the mentality that I talk about a lot with my close friends, and I guess here on the channel too, because I tell you guys my thoughts on everything. But I get asked a lot from business owners that I am friends with, and they'll say, you know, what do you think? I really like gold. I'm looking for some deals, whatever the case may be. And I always say, you know, yeah, gold's doing great. You've already had nice returns on it. However, the problem with gold is you've already had the nice returns. Doesn't mean there's not going to be more coming. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, I think gold is going to continue to climb. I think it is no doubt in my mind that we will see $2,400 by the end of this year. I think there's a chance that we're even going to blow past that, especially with the amount of central bank buying up of gold. Whether or not you want to believe that gold is a barbaric relic, as Jerome Powell put it, or tradition, as he has also put it. They buy it because of tradition. They buy it because they always have. However, it's just a barbaric relic, and it really serves no purpose. But yet it is a tier 1 asset, which means it's as good as cash. It's actually better than cash, in my opinion, but you're not going to hear the people that make the US dollar, the cash, tell you that gold is better than cash. Even though we know here in the stacking community, gold's better than cash. There's nothing better than gold. Gold is the ultimate safe haven. And it has done phenomenal. Will it continue to go up? Yeah, it will probably. I believe it will. These are just my opinions. But jumping over real quick before we really get into some of the big things is silver. Some of the community says, well, silver is a better investment. Well, why is that? It hasn't done nothing. Here it is sitting at just under $25. We're not seeing any gains. It's discouraging. But we know there's a lot of manipulation when it comes to silver. Anybody that has any doubt doesn't have to Google very far to find out, you know, JP Morgan's been in trouble. But a lot of cases, they just settle out and say, you know what, we'll pay the fine. What are we looking at? A few $100 million, Just pay it and the problem solved. And then they continue manipulating the market to cover themselves, and they don't have to say that they were guilty manipulating the market. However, they have had individuals that have been busted in their company, and they've came out and said, you know, that's what we're taught to do. That's what they're supposed to do. And so that just leads you to believe that more manipulation is happening. Now, here's the thing. If you don't believe that there's manipulation, then you have to wonder, why is there so many paper shorts out there on silver? Literally millions and hundreds of millions of paper shorts. Now, I know someone out there is going to probably say, liar, that's not true. But, you know, you can look that up for yourself, and you will see that there are tons of paper shorts. And there will be people that will read that comment or a comment like that, liar, or it's all BS or whatever, and they're not going to take the time and go look and see the short position that's on silver. But there is a huge short position on silver. When someone shorts anything in the financial system, they get it and they turn around and they sell it into the market. And by doing that, they have pushed the price even lower on that asset. And they're hoping to buy it back up at a cheaper price and then basically pay back the loan. If I borrow from you a billion ounces of silver, and then all of a sudden I just sell it all off to the market and flood the market with it, the price comes down. And then I can buy it up at a lower price, and I can pay you back your ounces, and I made a profit. And if you don't believe in any of that, hypothetically, we can jump over to which one of these is more used in industrial demand. You have silver getting used up drastically in everything from medical to solar panels to clothes to now they're researching batteries, a lot of different assets like that. That's just really astronomical demand. And then you also have the fact that if you had to run out and spend some money, how many people can afford, you know, we're just going to use spot numbers for a minute because the prices I'm going to tell you don't directly reflect the prices on these two coins. But let's say that gold's sitting at 2,200. It pretty much is. It's at 2190 something. And silver is trading at $25, which is being a little more generous because it's currently trading at $24.65 roughly, 60, something like that. Which one, if more people can afford the cheaper coin, which one do you think the average person is going to buy? And as money starts flowing into that one, I believe more people can afford, you know, $25. A lot of people can't afford this kind of money to get gold. They didn't get in quick enough, you know, but a day will come, I believe, where essentially everybody's going to start flushing their money into a sound asset, and that's where silver is going to come in. I'm not convinced that it's going to be crypto that everybody floods their money into. I was actually reading something online today about the actual source code on Bitcoin, and could it be counterfeited and this and that. And it really only has 3 distinct lines in Bitcoin that basically explains or defines the actual quantity of how many are out there. Those 3 lines. Now, yes, when you change those 3 lines, you can make a whole new coin, and it's still using the same blockchain, but it does change those, and it does drastically change what it is. But as you move on, you can't counterfeit either. I mean, you can counterfeit them. However, you can't, how do I say this? In industrial demand, there's only one silver and one gold. The properties of silver and gold are unique. You can try to counterfeit a coin, but it's not going to have the same properties. So you can't counterfeit another metal and then all of a sudden build solar panels with them. And because of that, I expect that you've got to look at the demand in the economy. You've got to look at the financial, how much is it, what would happen. And I think a lot of that points to silver being the better option. Now, there's one more factor that I didn't even mention is how it comes out of the ground. You know, what comes out of the ground, depending on where you cite your research, you will see anything from 7 to 1. That means 1 ounce of gold to 7 ounces of silver, all the way up to 1 ounce of gold to 15 ounces of silver. As in, that's the ratio it comes out of the ground. There's a lot more silver in the ground than there is gold. However, I know some people want to tell you and fill your head with stories of we're going to go to space and we're going to mine silver and therefore it's never going to be worth anything. Do you think they're going to fly to space with the cost of going up there, mining it, the technology? If you believe we even have the technology, the cost that will be associated with it is going to be so high, it ain't going to be $25. Can we go to space? Yeah, we probably could. If we did go up there and mine an asteroid, is it going to be profitable? Not at $25. Now, if we took the price to the true price, you know, in my opinion, a couple $100 maybe $100, then, you know, maybe you're getting somewhere. But it's not going to happen at these prices. And a lot of people just don't realize that. The biggest factor, though, for me is when money flows into silver, it is drastically going to change the game. And here's the last point to really think of before we end the video. Once the demand starts for silver, we are going to see a big jump. And what I mean by that is usually gold is always the first metal to really skyrocket when times start getting uncertain. I mean, right now it's, you know, not even really, I don't believe, big on the retail investor. I think a lot of the investing right now is being done by central banks. They're buying up gold heavily. And some people will say, well, that's an argument for gold. However, in the past, whenever we see gold run up, it doesn't take long after before we start seeing silver really run up. And, you know, I've had a lot of comments that says, yeah, I think gold may double first in price, but then I think silver is going to triple or quadruple. Now, if that's a true statement and that happens that way, and that's a good argument, really, that gold may double first in price, but when silver jumps, it's going to, you know, triple or quadruple. I don't foresee gold doubling in price even this year. I hate to say that. Unless something drastic happens, I don't think gold will double in price this year. I do think silver could double in price this year. You never know. Because more people are starting to talk about gold and silver. And just like anything, just like GameStop, just like Dogecoin, just like Shiba, when the run-up starts, it can really get crazy and start moving quick. Now, here's the thing. Could we see an overshoot and then a pullback? Absolutely. I mean, that can happen in any cycled item because everything financial does cycle ups and downs. But here's the thing. If you're comparing it to the US dollar, it's inevitable that all fiat currencies will go to zero. And, you know, there's no exception to that rule. So with that being said, I thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know. What do you think? Gold or silver? I love reading y'all's comments. Let me know what you guys are buying in the comments. And definitely hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. And I will see you guys next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.